SF-Podden blir presentert av Eians Trafikkskole og Rent-A-Wreck Sandefjord. Utstyret blir levert av speakon.no, og vi blir publisert i samarbeid med Sandefjordsplass nettsider sp.no.
Hei.
I dag har vi med oss en helt spesiell gjest.
Ja! Så deilig!
Når vi har spillere på besøk, så har vi 10 faste spørsmål som alle må svare på.
Det var årets feiring.
Men det lov å feire sånn når du ligger under treet?
Og ukens artist, det er Ingen Ringgren.
Bare sånn for at jeg ikke noe ulken. Jeg skal bare se hvor sprek han er.
SF-Podden!
Nå har vi også begynner å spille inn. Vi skal feire 100 episoder.
Yay!
Så da har vi kake. Ja, det legger
Det legger skikkelig.
Ja, det ligger noen sekunder etter. Vi er altså live på Facebook, og Ken ble helt satt ut her, for han ser på skjermen, og det legger.
This you can see my hand in 2 minutes.
It's a bit delay.
Yeah. Yes, there we go.
Because the video is uploaded going through Facebook server and then onto internet, so obviously.
Okay.
But this is episode number 100.
Yes.
We're very fortunate. We have both Marty Cifuentes and Jordi Gonzalez.
Yes, perfect pronunciation.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, he cracked so like. He bite his tongue.
Leif Tore Markmann, you're here.
Yes.
Ken Skalberg, you're here. Just a wave.
Yeah, that's enough.
I'm Jørn Erne Graner Opeth.
Ser vi ikke Marti på videoene?
No, we don't.
Ok, da er det du sant.
Fortsett.
No, ikke problem. I can be there.
Very good.
It's more important I get him than me. I don't like being on a video anyway.
No.
This is almost going to be a regular episode. We're going to talk about the game against Odd. We're going to set some ratings. You can decide if you want to join in on that. And then we have some questions from our listeners. And then we have some questions for you about the season and how you've been here. And then we're going to talk about Rosenborg.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Bra.
So we're very glad that you are able to join us today.
Tusen takk. We are so happy to be here and come with you. Congratulations for the 100.
Thank you.
100 programmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bra.
Veldig bra.
Veldig bra.
Veldig bra.
It's
been like 3 years.
Yeah, we started in May 2015. So we've seen the ups and we've seen the downs also in this
imagine.
podcast. Should we just jump straight in?
Ja. Ja. Ja, jeg bare tenkte på, vi har jo lovet at vi skal ha noen konkurranser. Så når har du planlagt de? Er det sånn at folk skal gjøre det på live, direkte svare typ vi trekker med en gang? Eller
Jeg kan ha den første konkurransen.
Ja.
Det er jo 4 VIP-billetter, er det ikke det? 4
VIP-billetter til valgfri hjemmekamp. Nå ut sesongen, det er jo ikke så mange igjen, men det er noen igjen. Så da bare gir dere beskjed til oss hvilken hjemmekamp dere ønsker, og så får dere 4 VIP-billetter. Det er jo da inkludert middag oppe i 3. etasje og fine seter til kampen.
Tenker vi 1 eller 2 vinnere?
Synes vi trekker 1 som får 4, ja.
Kan jeg være med?
Ja, kan det være. Du har ikke sett spørsmålet, vi er jo ikke sånn...
Nei, spørsmålet er enkelt. Spørsmålet er enkelt, og det må dere sende inn til oss på en melding, så ikke alle andre får vite om det også. Men spørsmålet er, hvem er den første spilleren vi hadde som gjest som fortsatt er i klubben?
Ja.
Og det visste ikke de andre om her heller. Det er ikke sikkert de vet engang.
Og jeg tror jeg vet det.
Ja. Og ja.
Men det skal vi ikke avsløre nå.
Det skal vi ikke avsløre nå, men send oss en melding, og så trekker vi ut fra det riktige svaret der. Rett og slett.
Yes.
The question to win 4 VIP tickets for a home game that the winner chooses is who was the first guest we had that's still in the club as a player.
Cool.
We're not going to say that now, but it is Norwegian. We can say it as much as that. Yeah, there's been some progress, guys. At least not so many points, but the way the Sandefjord is playing is much improved. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, we would like to say that the improvement is coming with more wins, but sadly, I think that we're getting close and close with a lot of draws, but we're missing just this last step. But of course, we feel that the team is improving every game, every week, every practice, we would say. So as we said when we arrived here, it was not only that is so important. But it was not only about relegation, but it was something else, about trying to build some culture inside the club, the way we practice, the way we sign players, the way we want to help this club to develop. And I think that we are quite positive in that part. Then, of course, the competition is the most important thing, and we are missing some points. Honestly, we think that we could win the last games, especially. We were so close against Brann. It was a very demanding game. I think that in some way the last game it was a bit mixed feelings, because we managed to have against Ott very good first half, but then in the second one we missed the first 15 minutes, especially if the second half were not that good, and again we were close in the last 15 minutes. I think we had two clear situations to score the second goal. So we're missing those wins, but we are positive, and we are proud of the progress of the team.
I think he said everything.
For us as supporters, we obviously understand that especially the away game in Bergen against Brann was very bad. They played so good and everything, but still only 1 point and a draw. But for me personally, especially, I think that was a very, very, very strong game over Sandefjord. Brann is fighting for the gold. They have been extremely good the whole season, and to play equal to them, I think that was an extremely strong game over Sandefjord. And I am satisfied with the result. Obviously I wanted 3 points, but I'm very satisfied with the draw in Bergen.
Yeah, anyone complain?
No.
I did a little bit.
Yeah, you complain about everything.
But that was Sandefjord was in the leads for so long.
Yeah.
So close to the end. That's why I complained.
But it's hard to ride off that pressure, because you had a lot of pressure in quite a long time.
I would like to give credit to our players, because it's not easy to play in that position with a lot of pressure. You know that you need to win almost every game now, and the way they are playing is not easy. It's not easy for them. It's not easy for any team to take that risk on the build-up, to be that brave on possession, and we really appreciate. So I would like to give more credit to the guys, even if we know that. Then when you are playing against Brann, 12,000 people there pushing, they are trying to win the goal, and of course when they are losing, they risk, and they are a strong team physically especially, so they start to put a lot of long balls, and it's not easy. So of course everybody's disappointed, and we need to improve, because that's a fact that's not the first time that is happening. But it's about the dynamics of the game, isn't it? Last weekend we saw against Ott, we were trying to get that win that is so important for us, and we managed until the last second of the game with 2 straight corner kicks, with some situations, to win the game in the last minutes. So that's how it is when you are playing on that dynamic of the game. So, but I would like to give that credit to the guys, because I think they deserve that.
Yeah, I can't remember last time when I've seen the guys work so hard, like a group.
Unit.
Yeah, like a unit, like a group.
Yeah.
And especially the game against Brann, which I thought was, I think your strategy behind that game really shocked Brann a little bit, because I didn't think they didn't see that come. The high pressure and the amount of work the players put behind was enormous.
I think the journey that brings us here today, since we arrived to the club, can be summarized in a way that we've been taking different stages before what we expect is winning. And right now we are in this stage where we are competing, and that stage is starting to be consolidated. So we were discussing actually today in the afternoon, and we go through the dynamics of the game as Marty is talking about, and we can see that right now the team is competing at the level that we have certain type of guarantees that that's going to happen every weekend, no matter the team we're going to face on the weekend. And Brann was one of the best examples. We go away, we play in a stadium which normally the crowd is pushing a lot. We play against a team which is fighting for the medals, and suddenly we are playing, especially the first half, according to our plan, pretty good, pretty satisfied. We know that they have this physicality that which is normally a challenge, but we handle pretty well. And obviously there are other factors and pressure is one of them. So once again, it's not that easy, and at the end we are outside, the guys are inside, and we need to reinforce and help them as much as possible, but they are experiencing that from inside, and that's not easy. So at the end, they are the only ones understanding, and we know that they try the best, obviously. So from that point of view, and analyzing all this journey from a deeper perspective, I think, and we think, and we believe, and actually today it's something that we can feel every weekend. Something has been established, some type of foundation. And that could be from the beginning, trying to build confidence, trying to create a nice environment. Today we are in that stage. We don't know how far it is from the first one, but today we are on that stage where it's about competitiveness. And face any team at home or away and try to fight for the 3 points. That's not anymore a possibility, it's a fact. Therefore, we are preparing the game for this coming Sunday with completely full confidence to bring 3 points home to Sandefjord. As simple as that.
Brilliant. We're going to talk about the Rosenborg game a little later. But can you talk a little about the false nine that you've been playing now? Because you started off with the 4-2-3-1. That was kind of your go-to formation. And now, the last 2 games, you've been very successful, at least defensively, with the false nine. Could you walk us through what's the main points of a false nine? Why do you play with that?
Yeah, I mean, when we started here, the team was, I would say that, was getting used to play with 3 at the back, that at the end it was defending with 5 at the back. So we respect that in the first moment, because we thought that was the first or the easiest way to start to work with the team. But at some moment we thought that we could get more positive things playing with 4 at the back. And then from that we introduced different variations. In some games we play with, I would say, with wingers with full width. Some other ones we ask them to be more into the pockets, so then the fullbacks could be higher. So it's a little bit about the game plan. It's about the opponent, how they play, and especially our stage as a team, how is our confidence, how we manage some principles, some moments of the game, if we are strong enough to do certain things or not. And right now we thought, before the Brann game, we knew that, for instance, Brann is very strong in the duels. It's a team that when I would say that both central backs are so strong in the duels, Borngård and Acosta. So we thought about, okay, maybe our chance to be successful in this game could be, okay, don't give them a reference because they are so good in defending. So what's going to happen if they don't have no one to defend? So they will lose in some way the point of view. And then if they lose maybe the reference that they are used to, without a 9 around them, but a 9 that is dropping down a lot, so they have 2 possibilities. If they follow, there is a good space for our wingers to go almost 1v1 against the fullbacks without coverings. But in the same point, if they are not following the 9 when it's dropping, then we have an extra guy that could be the Freeman, because they are playing with 3 midfielders. So that was one of the reasons why we choose to play on that way. But especially, again, I'm always saying that I don't know any coach in the world that loses games in the board. So everybody's winning. All the game plans look very successful on Friday, isn't it? But then on Sunday, so I will give all the credit to the guys, because actually we're talking about it, that very demanding game in Brann, and they managed to compete very well, to especially in some way to knock, we could say, Brann in the first, I would say maybe 25-30 minutes of the first half, the last ones. We played a really high level. So that's one of the reasons, because we have the players mostly, and we think that can help the team. So of course now there are things about playing on that way that we need to improve, because it's a fact that I would say that against Brann, but especially the last weekend against Ott, we are creating those situations to attack the last third, to attack the box, and then we're missing maybe this space to attack the box, how we finish those actions, and this is part of growing as a team. So I would say that that's the main reason, because we have the players and we think that it can be quite useful, both for being in possession, so that means creating more chances, or that should mean creating more chances, but as well there is a part of possession that sometimes we forget, is when you have the ball, there is no way that the opponent creates chances. So that's something important for us as well.
Against Odd, Stian Lindstad was very good on his left back and created 3 or 4 major chances in the first half. The one thing that I thought lacked that, there was one thing, there was players in the box, but also, in my opinion, it looks like Pontus doesn't find his place, kind of, because he thinks he should be in the space at the edge of the 5-yard box, and Rufo is the one that should go inside. But in my opinion, I told Jody this before, that Engblom is a striker. I think he should be the one in the middle, because he would chase those balls. It's instinct to him. Does one kind of contradict the other? You get more space with Rufo and Sturbeck going in the channels in the central of the pitch, but you kind of lose that killer instinct that Pontus maybe has more of than those two.
Yeah, it's interesting actually, because those last third situations that we call when someone is coming, especially like Stian coming from the second line, and then those players should attack the box, we always give them some let's say tips. We ask them to do certain movements, but especially we ask them, look, we need to fill this zone and this zone. We're talking always about the first post, the penalty kick and the second post mainly. And then I think that's true. We have been talking with Pontus and he knows he was not so happy with his game, but he actually is our top scorer. He's a player that can give us that finishing and that capacity to score goals. So I think that it's more about when you introduce new ideas like this, that means that, okay, Pontus can give us that pace coming from the wing. So when we are dropping the 9, that means that at some point we can try to find the diagonal, so Pontus can use his pace even in a better positioning than not when he's playing centrally. But of course we need to improve that moment when, coming from, in that case, the left side, he needs to adjust with Stian that moment when and how to attack the box. So I agree that it could be something that definitely we should do better. And actually today we were watching some clips with some guys that were involved on those moments, and we feel and actually they felt that it was some clear situations to score goals. But that's how it is. We need to keep improving.
I can say that, I mean, it's pretty interesting comment, because you talk about instinct, which is
that's how I feel.
But that's okay. I mean, of course they've been spending like more time playing in certain type of positions, doing certain type of job descriptions or tasks, but we also believe that things that they never experienced or they think they could not perform, we see them as players that they can do it. So at some point we are also offering a bigger and wider range of possibilities as a football players. So if someday we need Pontus on the width or we need Pontus in the corridors inside, maybe it's a player that can be used in both. Why we should limit a player only in one position? So we also have the vision of long-term development, even if it's a consolidated player in Elite Serie. And that's something that we really strongly believe, all this stuff, that we don't want to get locked into roles that players has been performing. One example is Erik Mjelde, which suddenly was playing as a fullback, and he just tried to work hard every day to listen, think about it, and be adapted to a new position. And suddenly, against Odd, is going out the last minute playing as a midfielder. And he did the best to adjust according to what the team needed, and he performed really well.
I agree.
That's the type of players we want to develop as well. So why just to sing if you can dance at the same time?
I understand where you're coming from. It's just I may be old-fashioned or something.
No, I just challenge you.
Yeah. Brilliant. I just as a striker, you always have that built inside. I think that I need to get to that ball. It's more like the killer instinct that I talked about before. And there's a coach in Norway called Nils Arne Eggen. You probably heard of. He wrote a book called Godfoten, where it teaches us to practice the things that we're good at. Also, not only the things that we're not good at. You have to also develop the things that you're good at. And I think as a striker, you need to come in positions that can make you score goals for the team. That's That's
But
just how I feel.
if we ask you what's one of the best skills of Pontus, what would you say?
One of the best skills.
Yeah.
His pace, his physicality.
His pace, we're agreeing on that.
Mm.
So how do you think he can use on a better way his pace? Coming from a central position or coming from the width?
It could be easier for him, but then he has.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
But to use his pace from the width, he has to get balls in the channels.
Totally agree.
If he doesn't get those balls, he can't use it. But the other thing about Pontus, he's got a great jump height. So he wins a lot of air duels. I've seen that as well. I understand the point of crossing to him and making him go against a back, a fullback instead of a central midfield.
Back.
Yeah. I understand the concept of that. I just there's plus sides and minus sides.
Always.
Like,
and that's the funny thing and the nice thing of football, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you can see always different ways of the same idea or in the same player. We can have different pictures, and then at the end, what is best? We're trying to think maybe in a maybe not the most usual way, but it's because we strongly believe that we can get something else from those players, and at the end is that end product, if you want, as a team. We think that doing that, Pontus can help in a better way the team, but we know that he can play, and he has been playing a lot as a striker with us in the central position. So that's at the end what we are happy in some way is that Jordi now was talking about Mjelde. He has been performing really well before the injury as a left fullback. Then he has been playing as a central midfielder with a brilliant level as well. But we can think about no other players like, for instance, Moa. Moa was playing always as a left winger in Lillestrøm and in Belgium, and now he came here and we arrived. We challenged him to play in the right side, which is not easy for a right-footed player that he wants always to dribble in and finish the actions. And if you have been playing football, you know what it means when you are coming from outside, always trying to make the diagonal with the ball, or just outside that you need to challenge yourself to go on the dribble 1v1, mostly outside, so to the wider positions. So, and he has been developing a lot in this. So we're trying to, I get the point, to keep working on the things that the guys knows and the guys are good doing, but as well we try to challenge them every day on doing things to explore his potential, because we think that at the end that's going to be the better both for them, both for the team.
we've been really bad at talking about strictly the game, to be honest, but I think this is
much more interesting.
Yeah. but in terms of the goal that Sandefjord scored, it was William, who I thought had a brilliant game, by the way. Cross to Pontus that won that duel with in the air with the fullback, and then Rufo beat the goalkeeper and the central central back and headed it in. Was that planned before the game? That Rufo was going to score on the head?
What we're gonna say now?
What we said before?
That we have been working a lot on this situation.
No, exactly. That's the funny thing.
But I will say that there is something funny about it, because I received some questions about that, and at the end, sometimes we have the wrong perspective about who have been the best headers players in this history. So mostly has been players that has not been so tall. If we think about them, mostly has been players that, of course, Rufo maybe it's not a top player at all. We know that, but many players that are not so tall sometimes are the best ones.
Pele,
for instance. I remember this. We talked many times about this Zamorano, Chile striker. He was amazing, and actually I think he was 178, something like that. He was not a top player, but his header skills were amazing, absolutely amazing. So sometimes, those players that you don't expect, football is about being on time, the right space, and for me that's key.
The first half, Odd doesn't have a single shot on goal. How do you explain that? How were you so compact defensively?
Well organized. No, I mean, we've been working a lot on how to be organized in the defense phase, and I think that has been one of the strong improvements the team has been developing during the last weeks. We know that we cannot rush trying to reach the ball when we are defending our goal. So we've been a little bit more, more calm to work together, waiting for the opponent to play in certain areas we want them to do, and then create a situation where we can stress them. We could call it like that. And that has been working well. We've been much more selective, not just going all around, trying to be aggressive, but predictable. So something we've been working is try to not show all the cards, wait a little bit more, and then working together to find the right moment. And that's pretty positive because we've been improving a lot this moment, and we all will work with these ideas of how we can cheat the opponent, so at some point we take advantage for many reasons, and one reason is to feel comfortable in this moment of defending as well. No one likes to defend. We want to be a team who is leading the game by having the ball and creating things from there, but we have to also know how to survive when we are defending, and this is one of the things we've been talking and working a lot. And maybe this is one of the reasons where to keep the team short and compact, where to avoid the spaces in between lines, and when to find the moment where to together go against the opponent and from there create possible counterattack or just regain the ball and start the game on possession. So that could be one of the reasons. But obviously there is a teamwork behind the outcome of that moment, and I'm happy to see that you reinforce that, because this is something we also been talking about, and it's pretty positive actually. There is a team that has been considering and pretty often, and right now statistically we are reducing that number, even if still we are not getting the victory we want, but this is a good signal of actually being competitive into the game and not just at some point drop the possibility of fighting for 3 points. So there is a word there, and the guys are really committed with that. I think they are more aware about what we expect in this part of the games, and not show any weakness in front of the opponent when we are defending, which sometimes is a problem, and actually something that we detect often in other teams, that they have the energy, they have the capacity, they have the physicality, but maybe they don't have the organization, but they survive because of this physicality. We pretend to go to the other side of the vision, and it's like we want to start as a team together, and from there take advantage of the physicality.
I think that probably were the first coaches many players has, that we ask them to run less.
Because it's all about positioning.
That's it. Actually, I will say that Jordi was explaining very well this, but I will resume that we were, if you want, strong defensive because we were really strong on possession, and that's why, because of our organization, then it was easier to recover faster. So the game is a continuum. So if you are good on possession, you will be probably stronger on the defensive phase.
And you have been talking a lot about the team dynamics and how that has been developed since you arrived. And I have a sense that, especially with the 4 guys who have played defense now lately, the dynamics between those 4 guys is excellent. They really communicate well, and they really read each other well. So I think it looks really good when those 4 start out in defense.
Yeah, we have something to do with it. As they say, the organization as well. We can see the way the players pressure now when they're defending. It's more organized. You go out there, push, and if it moves, comes another one, and it drops.
Yeah.
You can see it. It's a system because it drops straight back where it's supposed to. But before, there's more chasing everywhere. That's why I conceded so many goals earlier in the season, because the defense was not organized the same way as now. There's a more, the game plan. You can see the game plan real easy from the stands.
Easier.
Yeah. Easier.
The second half, though, especially the first 15 minutes, that was another story. What happened there? Were you too confident on the ball?
No, I don't think so. Actually, again, we can forget that at the end football is about how you play, but as well how the opponent is performing. And sometimes we just look at ourselves, we're not good enough. Hey, but the opponent is playing as well. So on those minutes they were strong, easy like that. I think that they probably had a lot of energy in the halftime. So I think that they were down and they tried, okay, we need to fix that as soon as we can. And sometimes if you have been playing, you know that those things happen in the dressing room. The players receive some kind of message and then you need to push yourself.
Yeah, and I guess you heard the old coach in the break.
In the locker room. Yeah.
So could be, I don't know, but what I'm just saying is that of course the other team is losing, so I think that they try and it was easy to see that they change his behaviors, pressing even higher and more aggressive way, and especially on possession they start to put just long balls, a lot of long balls just to go for the duel. Let's say that to go for more physical game, trying to win the second balls and put balls on behind. Because then we couldn't organize in a way that we could press them higher. So yeah, that works for them. And I'm sad because I would say it was our mistake to concede that goal, because actually it was a long ball without any kind of.
What happened on that long ball? Was the defense trying to set him offside, or did you just lose the marking of him?
Yeah, I would say that. I talk about it after the game. And I don't like to talk about individual mistakes, because for me mistakes are part of football. So that's why we play 11, just to help each other. And if someone is going down, then there's another one to make the cover. If this one is not making the covering, that means that the system is not good enough. Easy like that. So I would say that we were watching this morning with the guys, and it's a situation where Christer is losing his man marking, let's say, because of a wrong body shape, but that's part of the process. Christer, we are so happy with him. He's been performing really good in a right fullback position that actually he had not been playing for the last 5-6 years, I would say. When he jumped from the academy to the first team, he started to play a little bit as a replace of Vicky, isn't it? And then he was playing those games as a fullback, but after that he has been always central back. So we're happy with him, but because he's more used to perform in central corridors, then okay, he lost that. And then maybe Mark, I think that both Mark and Eric, maybe they were, okay, this is an easy ball. Oh, what happened here? And at the end as well, at the end the goal is coming from a second line situation. And it's because I think that everybody thought, okay, this is an easy ball. Oh, and then they realized that this ball was almost in the box, so everybody accelerate a bit late, and then we concede the goal. Yeah. So that's how it is.
If we're going to be very strict, then I can be that, because we have to get some kind of dynamics.
Go for it.
I think the performances of Eric the last two games has been good, except for those two goals, because I think it's been quite the rebound that he lets go after that cross. I don't think that's a good involvement. I think he should either hold it, but it's close, so it's hard. I understand, but if he can't hold it, he has to box it further away. I think the way the ball ends up at the 5-yard box, it's not good goalkeeping for me. I may be harsh, but
no, you're not harsh, but.
And the same thing against Brown. I think the header that Caradas has there, I think is sloppy with his hands. It's not necessary to give a rebound there, I think. So
could be, but we need to be fair. And actually, in Bergen, he made 2 saves before that goal.
Yeah,
that could be easily a goal.
Yeah.
So I think that with Eric, we have a very clear picture. We took the not easy decision to keep him instead of another really good keeper with a great history in the club, that was Ingvar, related with many aspects, but mostly because we thought that Eric could, let's say, handle on a better way or fit in a better way our build-up game, our offensive game, because he's a very offensive keeper. So if we check the career of Eric, to be fair, he has not been playing that much before this season. So in some way, even if he's now 25, I guess,
something like that.
I would say that we need to be fair. He's not. He needs games to develop to the potential that we think that he can be. I'm sure that if he reaches full potential, he will be one of the best keepers in Norway. Easily that.
And that is why, to be very clear on that, we actually as a group we think that Erik has done 2 brilliant games apart from those 2 goals.
But that's
if
the
you
one
take those 2 goals out, he has done 2 brilliant games.
I mean,
that's how we see it.
And if we go if we are picking, we go into the system and who should be there as well. We can say that our second lines could be closer as well, because we know that rebound is a possibility that we need to avoid, blah blah blah. So I think all of the players, they have moments where they do brilliant actions, and sometimes maybe they are not that brilliant, but it's part of the game. And as I said before, I'm completely sure they try to do their best. And but obviously, I mean, you guys as anyone is free to give any type of opinion. That's part of the game as well. That's why we're here, and that's fun.
As I said, it's not so hard because you played a brilliant 2 games really, but those situations, as a goalkeeper, if you make a mistake, they often end up in goals against.
I didn't tell you, but I invite Erik.
Come on in. No, but I think Erik knows that we're kind of honest.
Yeah.
And
he has listened to us.
Yeah,
I'm sure he knows.
There's no hard feelings at all.
No.
When you're a goalkeeper, your mistakes become really obvious. That's my point.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, those were 2 mistakes.
Yeah, but in my opinion, a little bit mistakes, but it comes from mistakes done before him as well.
Of course.
And,
Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law, obviously.
We have to go through the ratings. We've been sitting here for 45 minutes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
This is a celebratory episode, so we can use a little bit more than 1 hour today.
We're going to use a little bit more.
Obviously.
But we can go through the ratings. Can say hey to Larry G, who's watching.
Hey,
you're not playing, but you're watching. That's good.
Yeah.
No. It's not often when I set ratings that I give all the players 6 or more when they don't win, but we're celebrating and all that. So there's not a single 5, 4, 3, 2 or 1 here today.
it's good.
Yeah. We can start with Eirik. I think he has a good game. He doesn't have that much to do in the first half. And in the second half he saves 1 time with his chest. It is comes out and getting...
Yeah. That's what I like about him. He's got a little X factor. So gives you nerves a little bit too.
But it was the one heading down there, wasn't it? Not with the chest.
The one heading.
Oh yeah, the one header as well. Yeah.
But in the field, no one beats him. It's like when he goes up and pick down the ball.
I think
how tall is he when he stretches out?
Exactly.
Close to 3 meters. Close to 3 meters. So
should be 15 years though.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but he gets 6 points approved.
Yeah.
Same with Reima or Christer, if you will. He has that 1 marking error, or his body position, was it that you call it? But other than that, he had a good game.
Yeah, had a good game. This was that 1 mistake when his body's turned the wrong way, I think. So play the ball behind him and he's not fast enough to turn.
And he keeps on showing us what we asked of him when he started playing right back, and that was his shots, crease crossings.
Yeah, it's getting there.
They are improving from game to game.
Yeah, could improve a little bit more.
Yeah, of course. But the first one he did was terrible.
Yeah, we just want a goal. He needs to score a goal.
We talked about this, that when you moved him over to the right side, his defensive job was very good, and he has some offensive fibers in his body which he really used, but his crossings, they were sloppy. So we said you need to improve your crossings, and he has done that. Good.
Did you know he?
You should come more often.
Yeah.
Did you know in his young days? He's not at all, but when he was young, he was a striker.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
He was a top scorer for SF's junior team.
Every season he's going backwards. He will end as a keeper.
Now there's the game I want to see.
Yeah.
Both Høybråten and Marius, I think, except apart from the goal, They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're steady. They look like they find each other. Those two in the central midfield, they have great communication, and central back.
Yeah.
Sorry, you see the offsides. You put Oddin offside and Brann in offside a lot, and when you have that offside trap and it works so good, then
communication must
it's
be good
communication.
as well.
It's a result of good communication, and they actually enjoy playing with each other. So
and they're strong ball players. You obviously have gotten them for that because they're very good with the ball.
yeah, but I like Valles because he tackles hard.
Yeah, it's a very
Just like bang.
Yeah, very
clean, hard and clean.
Very compact, physical, hard player.
Yeah, he's like an old school central back.
Yeah, both of them get 6 points.
Yeah.
Moving on to Stian Ringstad, I thought he was the player of the game, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he did his best game in SF this season.
Yeah.
After he came, he did a brilliant game. He was a constant threat on the back and offensive, very offensive in this game. So
and it's hard to get by him as well.
Yeah, he's one against one he's good, and offensive is good. He actually a brilliant player. Can't believe that he didn't play more in Strømsgodset.
You need to keep hold of him.
Yeah,
just tie him down with a rope or something.
I mean, this is something. I guess this is something that he knows from the beginning. We know he has this capacity of running and penetrating. Doesn't matter if it's outside or inside. He controls both corridors pretty well. And in this game, we were pretty satisfied how offensively he took over more offensive areas and finished actions. Actually, we want to encourage him more to actually finish the action because he has a great left foot. So I think it was really positive.
I'm pretty sure that his improvement will come every game because he's coming from a beginning of the season where he was not playing at all.
Yeah.
So I think that in the beginning, especially, he felt he was finishing the games really tired. So in the beginning, he needs to control his offensive actions because he was not ready yet to manage that tempo. But he's a kind of player that fits very well in what we're looking for from a fullback. So I think that we're very, very satisfied with Marius, with actually all the signs from the window transfer, and all of us, we think that they are not still in his top level. All of them will improve through the improvement of the team. So we're happy, especially for him, because I think he had a maybe tough time in Strømsgodset, and then coming here and showing up in this way. Good, a lot of credit, and he's playing as well, competing with Mjelde, who is an amazing player as well. So we have very nice options there.
7 points, man of the match.
Yeah.
Give him an 8.
Yeah, really tough.
We're celebrating.
Really tough.
Okay, wow.
But I like that.
Yeah, we're tough, but it's not his fault. He could have 3 or 4 assists, so. If you had a striker on Martin.
And hat-trick as a fullback, isn't it? Okay, and then perhaps as a 9.
Give him 8.
No, but it's okay. We'll give him 8. We're celebrating. Enrique Valles, I thought it was back to his normal self.
Yeah, apart from the 15 first and second halves when he had to seriously, when he loses the ball, ignorant. He just walks with the ball and just steal it off him.
Yeah.
And that made 2 pretty dangerous situations. So apart from that, he was back.
I kind of like it when Enrique has more of the ball than he had. I think when you play with Emil and Enrique, I think Emil has a lot more ball than Enrique has. But I kind of like it the opposite way, that Enrique kind of steers the tempo of the game, and I don't know. That's my opinion.
I'm agreeing on that. I am very fan of having Valles play centre midfield, and especially when he directs the tempo and directs the ball distribution from his position. We have seen several examples of when he is not playing due to injuries or card or whatever, the tempo goes down and the distribution in the midfield is not. I was going to say something. Midtbaneleddet. Anyway, it's not as efficient, and we see he's playing because I think he has an extremely good overview his teammates all the time. So he knows almost without seeing where he can put a crossing and there will be someone there to pick it up.
Yeah.
So what's the rate?
7 now, or sorry,
6.
6.
So he is approved.
He should shoot more. He shoots.
Yeah, because he got a
A
dangerous
massive
shot.
But it's very deep in your side. So I can understand it's hard to get into the shooting
I
positions.
mean, for that game, it was a little bit deeper than normally is.
Yeah.
He can score from 25, 30 meters easily if he gets
His left foot
clean.
is
Clean shot.
dangerous.
He's a smart player that helps us a lot, and I think he's a player that knows him very well. We are still encouraging him to be even more, if you want, assume more responsibilities than what he does, because we think that he has the talent and the quality to do it. But we agree, when he's on the pitch, we really can feel that he's a player that helps a lot on taking the right decisions, even if sometimes he needs to improve those, I would say, sloppy decisions, that he's more focused on seeing, okay, what's going on behind, and then at the end, hey, the pressure is here.
Yeah.
So, but he's an important player for us, definitely.
And he has also been, in my eyes, one of the players who has done, who put in the most effort to win back a ball if he loses it. Some of the other players, they just leave it for the next step, and the next player will pick it up. But Enrique really works entirely to try to win back the ball if he loses it himself.
And if his fellow players lose
Of course,
it.
yeah. And we can understand that you guys have a lot of confidence in him as well, because he is your deputy captain.
It's just because he's Spanish.
I knew it.
We were waiting this moment.
We see right through it,
But we think he's back. He was back to his normal level.
Yeah.
So,
So we're very satisfied with that.
William Kurtovic really impressed me, especially the first half.
Yeah, he was very good.
Earlier, I think he has been dragging the tempo down with the ball, but this, especially the first half, there was a lot of one-touch passes that really opened up the defense. So I was really impressed with especially what he did in the first half.
Yeah, from not been playing that much, I think he did a great game, and he's also harder now than he used to be before. He's harder man to man, and that improved a lot.
Just needs that little burst of speed now.
Yeah,
Not the same tempo all the
but
time.
he has a certain style as well.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see his tempo because he's long limbs and he's have a special way of running.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit hard to see his tempo. It looks slow, but I don't think it's that.
No. I'm not saying it's slow. I just think he has one tempo throughout the game. There's no. I would like to see him pass the ball and then sprint and get the ball back.
Yeah, like that.
I haven't seen that yet.
He has the capability to do it, so that's something that we're trying. Jordi especially, you have been talking a lot with him.
But I guess in Brand, the time he played there, he could show, because the tempo of the game was higher, and also the pressure from Brand was demanding as well to be more on the toes. And he showed part of this capacity that we agree he has insight, but he's tried to discover. But we're talking a lot with him about that. Try to think about it, because he has a big potential technically and about awareness of how to play. Obviously he has a lot of quality, he's a talented player, but physically he has the conditions, but he's not using them yet. Anyway, we saw improvement. Brown was one example of this game as well. We start to see details, and as you can understand, we try to analyze a little bit deeper that you guys do. So when we see,
not so deep, we're pretty
no, but then is when we see details that obviously, but I agree. I understand that the picture that he shows to everyone last game, especially first half, is something different. That's why we're satisfied and happy, because he could develop and make the work he had to make.
Actually, we rate his last game, much higher than his game against Tromsø, where he was like the hero because of the goal. So of course we were so happy.
Absolutely.
So happy for him. But in terms of how complete was the game, much better this game than not against Tromsø.
And it's not easy as well to come in so early when you start at the bench and you get an injury and you come in that early. And you're going to replace starting 11, and he goes out and he does a brilliant job.
Yeah, I think it was great. 7 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought he came in for Fella, but that was off key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How tough it was?
Long time since Sunday.
How tough it was it to lose Fella in the first 5 minutes? Did it change the game plan at all, or?
I mean, of course, when you lose a talented player like Fella, an important one, it's always a shame. But that's true as well. That now, when we look at the bench, we have options, and that's so nice to think that let's do that with Fitim, let's do that with Moa, let's do that with Pau, let's do that. So we have really good players, and that's as it should be, right?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, I think it does a good job.
Yes, I think so.
He's creating some chances. He's working hard. 6 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Good game.
Like off keeper, he's good. He's got a little bit of. It's hard to know what he's doing. He has that little. He can do something extra with the ball. He's not afraid to challenge the opponents. And see, it's hard to predict, hard to read. And a team always needs a play like that. Same as Fella, it's also hard to predict. But we haven't seen that much of him, but we've seen him before.
Yeah, what we've seen of him has been very good. So.
Yeah.
Captain Fantastic. Yeah.
The elk from Trysil.
Hold wood.
Ja, hold wood. Nå renner det over med gode engelske versjoner av ordspillet her.
The Norwegian sayings that are just directly translated. Doesn't sound
That's right.
Doesn't make sense
at all.
It's like one Strømsgods supporter, little celebrity in Norway, interviewed him before Strømsgods game. And we asked about Storbekk, and he said, "Oh yeah, Storbekk is with you now." All the teams need a grey player, they say.
Grey mouse.
Grey mouth. No,
I always said
grey player.
Yeah.
Say, with no hairstyle and no tattoos.
Yeah.
They always does the job.
That kind of sums up his game as well.
Regards.
But he does what he's supposed to, I guess. I just think when he gets the ball, he has some decision making to improve, maybe. From my point of view, from the stands. Easy for me to say, but I don't know.
But as always, he puts a lot of effort.
Yeah,
and he runs.
Yeah.
He's a constant. He chases the ball constantly.
And he's very good at pressing. Not only pressing players, but pressing the right rooms, corridors. I don't know what the English term is, but he's always positioned very good. I just. With the ball that we talked about, that the ratings are...
Yeah, it's when you receive the ball, it can be a little bit sloppy. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it loses it a little bit too easy.
Yeah,
when you receive the balls, yeah.
I kind of sometimes think of Storbekk as a diesel player.
I understand what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Slow and steady.
As opposed to a petrol player. He may not be the fastest one, but he runs tirelessly throughout the game for 90 minutes, just running. That's why I call him a decent player.
Yeah.
So Howard is a very important player for us because of many things. Because not only because he's one of the captains, but as well, as you say, because his hard work ethic is amazing. The way he practices is an example for all the players.
Yeah.
And I think that in some way he sets the culture as well that we're looking for. So with 32 years old, the experience he has, and he's always ready to practice with nice concentration. So that's something. But about the way we play, that's true that we expect, because he's really good on the ball, but it's not easy to be just good on the ball playing on this way. Play on this way means that you need to know the positional way of playing, means that you need to know always where is the best positioning to be, the best zone to receive, and then what you need to do in each situation, because sometimes it's about to keep it, sometimes about to deliver fast, sometimes about to drive forward. So I think that we are in that moment where he's starting to understand what we are asking him, but of course not easy, because maybe it's changing a little bit what he has been doing before, but we are happy he's a player that can handle 2-3 different positions, and he give us finishing, because he scored the goal against Bran. He's really good on the free kicks, on set pieces, so he's a very complete player, important one for us.
But it is I don't see him in one particular position. I don't know what his strongest position is, if that's the saying, and that's.
We like him to be a kind of a nomad on the upper half of the field.
Yeah, but I think he kind of is playing that role now.
Yeah.
As a 10 or I don't know what the term is, but it's kind of like a 10, isn't it? It's behind the striker, but the striker is lower, so it's
I think
cross between the 6 and the 10, maybe.
Yeah, we could say that. We could say that. Actually, I think that he can manage different roles because against Bodo, he was playing as a left winger more or less, but because of his right footer driving in, he give us that finishing into the last third because he has that. He's a kind of fox in the box, so he can give us this. He has some interesting pace in terms of attacking the back of the defense because he can understand the movements on this. So I think he's a player that for a coach is good to have players like him that can play in 3-4 different roles.
He gets 6 points.
Yeah.
For this game. He's approved.
It's so nice when we talk so good about them. It's a 6 points.
Game by game, you have to do it.
I love it.
He's editing a lot.
Fantastic, he did amazing game. 3 points.
He's a good player.
Not many got 3 points.
No.
I think he had one time and he was a guest as well.
That's a good one.
He got what? How many points?
3 points.
3 points? As a guest?
4.
Yeah.
Not
4. I gave him 3.
Oh, yeah. We
Not
had
Skolbeck,
a-
it was Kevin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Larsen.
Yeah.
He had a horrible game.
He had.
And he agreed.
That's okay.
Engblom and Rufo both get 7s.
Yeah, totally.
Um,
Engblom works harder than I ever seen him do before. He improves every game.
If he just finds his place in the box.
Is it unfair to say that he has somewhat bloomed a little bit after Castrati left? I think he has. I see something different from him now.
He's
than I
playing
did.
more.
Yeah,
He's
it's
playing
not
more.
that- it's not.
He's taken his chance. You know, you get a chance when his main competitive leaves, and I think he just rised after that.
Yeah, because I think it's not fair to put it that easy that he has played more. But I think
It's that easy that he plays more.
I think it's also as well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think so. But okay. Normally, I don't agree with them. That's my job. That's not to agree with them. I'm always wrong, but I don't agree with them.
But he gets an assist. Worked hard, as I say. It's
Yeah.
could have come to more chances, but anyway, 7 points.
Yeah, it's good.
Rufo, he really does it all
Yeah.
in attack. He has all the chances.
Yeah, I love. He had some fantastic dribbles on the side, and I think it was second half when he had under the sole 3 or 4 guys just woof woof woof. Yeah, no, it's great to see. I love players like that who's not afraid to lose the ball, just try something.
Yeah.
It looks good and
He scores. He maybe
and he
should.
scored.
It could pass as an 8 as well. It's a strong 7.
Very strong 7. Yeah.
Okay.
We need to have some cake.
That's true.
Yeah. Jordi has been waiting for the cake
Yeah,
quite a
I
lot.
like.
Yeah, we need to have some cake.
Brilliant.
Will you cut the cake here?
So how many people is watching?
Right now, at this very moment, it's 4. But that goes up and down all the time.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people who don't want to spend the...
Who is watching so we can say hi to them?
Watch on the when it comes.
That was really well...
Well done. I want the thin one because I'm.
Yeah, me too.
No.
I want the small one. Look,
No.
You're the thinnest
small
one.
because
You're the all skinny ones.
he's the physical coach. He needs to be in a good shape.
Because it has been a long time since I was eating
It's
any piece of cake.
It's carrot.
This is healthy, it's carrot.
Wow, that's
I love
amazing.
carrot.
So I want
I haven't eaten
the
any
small
cake.
one. That's a small one.
A small one.
Maybe
Yeah,
one
definitely.
since I took the
There's no
cake.
small ones. I use my hands. I wash them.
Absolutely, that's okay.
Yesterday you watched them.
Could be worse.
It could
Then you need to try the siesta.
Siesta, wow.
That is amazing.
It's been a long time since our last siesta.
Yes.
Yeah.
How late are you at work? Are you this late every day?
Yeah.
That's long hours.
Yeah, it is. But we love what we do.
Okay.
But have you gotten your families around here? Or are you still living here alone?
Yeah. They are. My girlfriend is here, and then we try to manage. So usually we're at home at 7:30. Yeah, depending on the day.
Yeah.
That's true as well. That on Fridays and Saturdays after the practice, we try to be at home earlier.
Yeah.
So we try to find the balance.
That's it.
Thank you.
We're still rolling. Just
No, it's fine.
We asked for some questions from the listeners earlier today.
Easy ones.
No. I want difficult ones.
Okay, the easy ones for me, the difficult ones for Jordi.
Then it's fun. Otherwise, it's we need some.
You want
salsa.
challenge.
Some
You want
salsa.
Some salsa. Okay.
Not fiesta.
Lasse Ødegaard is wondering, Jakob Dunsby has been playing really well for the second team this year. Is he considered for the first team?
He's been a player that has been coming many days with us to practice. We are trying to follow all the young players. So we ask all the academy coaches about the development of all the guys. And we know that he's an interesting player. So we need to know as well that there is a big step from the academy right now to the Elite Syrian level. It's not easy to handle, so we need to be patient with those guys. And we need to give them the environment where they can really succeed, because it's so easy just to pick a young player to be in the bench the whole season and not playing at all. So we need to help them to first of all get used to the environment of a professional team and coming with us in the training, and then we need to value many things about what's the best for the players.
He also wonders if Sandefjord get relegated, do you think Mohamed Fella would join?
We're not. Honestly, I'm not thinking about this. So mainly because I'm not thinking about being relegation. So so that's why. So I hope that he can stay with us in Elite.
Yeah. You think he will still be here next year?
Is
that a better question?
He's under contract, so I think he's quite happy being here, and we're happy with him. So we're positive.
Very good. Kim Landro is wondering if former Sandefjord player Kristoffer Norman Hansen is someone that you've been looking at.
I don't like to talk about names right now that are not in our team, because I think that right now is not our priority. Right now our priority is to try to win in Trondheim this Sunday. So thinking about the window transfer now, we are working on it. To be honest, we still follow the leagues that we consider important. We are still following those players that we think that can be interesting. But I think that it's not time now to talk about names, because we're gonna have a lot of time in December, isn't it?
Okay, we can. I don't.
What happened now?
I'm just looking
He
at
got
the
glasses,
questions.
suddenly he got cocky.
Okay, I see that there aren't any more questions about names directly, apart from that one. But
There's the last one.
yeah, but
That's
the
it.
point is, we can make a deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also had a few questions regarding some names, but I can skip them if you promise to come back and talk about names later on.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Next week.
No, but seriously, you can come back and you can talk about names.
We can do that. I think that I guess that you understand that now. Of course, we could talk about a lot of names and players that could be interesting. But honestly, I'm so happy with the squad that we have right now. So that's why
I don't want you to do that. I don't want other clubs picking up players that Sandefjord are interested in. So
No,
that's a good strategy as well. That's a good strategy.
No way we're doing that. Arne Christian Hansen is wondering if you're considering artificial grass on the pitch, since there's so many teams now. The women team, the boys 19, the boys 16, and the second team. Are you considering putting artificial grass on so they all can play on compete?
That has been an issue when we arrived here, and honestly we were so clear that we want to keep the natural grass, because I think that real football is a natural grass, and I understand that many clubs here in Norway and Scandinavia are using artificial grass because of the weather, and we know that, but We would like to, and especially for the way we want to play, I think that when the grass is in a good shape, it's the best. And I think that for the players as well, they appreciate that.
Oh, that warms my heart.
So you happy?
Very happy with that answer, yeah.
I don't want to see plastic out here.
No. I can agree.
Should be proud having a nice.
That's a good point.
Grass.
That's a good point.
That's it.
Yeah.
We should be happy and proud to have the grass. Absolutely.
And honestly, when we are playing away, I think that we have one of the best pitches in the in the league. So I think that's something that we should be proud of it. And I think that the players talk about it because many players prefer to play in natural grass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I could stretch myself to agreeing with the hybrid version, but not straight artificial. I don't want that. Yep. Daniel Johansen, he knows that Gerd Ludvig is a Leeds fan, but he's wondering if you all get inspiration from Bielsa and what he's doing at Leeds, or what he's done in the past as well.
Can I say? Yeah, we have been talking about.
I think that the supporter has been reading your Twitter or.
No.
Obviously.
We think honestly Bielsa is a genius, and we always talk about.
Is he a mad genius or just a genius?
That's a good question. I would say no. Honestly, I never follow his sessions on live, so I cannot value more than what I saw on his interviews. And there are a lot of training sessions around. But I think his approach in football, the methodology that he uses, is unbelievable. So his understanding of the game is huge. I wouldn't say that he's my favorite coach, but I would say that he's always an inspiration.
How about you, Yoli?
But you asked me last time, and I don't have any reference. But obviously, Bielsa is one of the references. But it's true that sometimes we, especially Marty, is pretty active in Twitter. He showed me some videos and comments and interviews, and of course, it's nice to see all these coaches with that long career and experience, and they know how to handle media as well, and how to handle players. And
I don't know if that's the strongest point of Bielsa, honestly. But
as you can see, I'm really expert on Bielsa. So next question.
This is kind of sounds like because of one name. Are you familiar with the name Terje Liverød?
Say it again.
Terje Liverød.
Terje
Ibra.
Okay. I don't think we need to.
Yeah. What's happened?
He brought 2 players last year, Carlos Grossmüller and Facundo Rodriguez. Christian Pedersen is wondering if it's up in the books of cooperating with him again, and if it's possible to get Grossmüller maybe next year.
Well, I will say that all of us, we know about the career of Grossmüller, so he has been an amazing player, and Facundo as well is a very interesting striker. But the fact is that now the way we're trying to work in the window transfer is a little bit different, so it's not related that much with agents, but more about scouting different leagues, different players, and then we will try to know who is his agent. So that's more the way we try to work. And then of course sometimes you get some nice opportunities directly through agents, but it's a little bit different approach than before. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, honestly, but I think Grossmüller now it's 35, 6. Yeah. Facundo just signed for a new club in Uruguay, so I think again we're quite happy with the squad we have. So
I should just why can't people just leave those 2 players?
Let him go.
Yeah, just leave them to rest. I don't know how many million football players there are in the world, but it's plenty.
And I think both
just bury those 2, not literally, but for the club.
Both Terje Liverød and Sandefjord, I think, are done with each other, and that's it. Kind of. I think that's the best for both sides.
Definitely.
Yeah. But are you thinking about improving the team also next year with new signings? Is that something you're working on now, or
you already told us?
I know.
Yeah. Not working right now, but obviously we're gonna have some changes during the January, and that's how it is in every club. So we will try to. But I will say that we are in some way quite happy because the core of the team. I think we have the base now, the foundation, and then from that, of course, there are always options to improve. But we're quite happy with the squad we have right now, and then it's about picking those things that will help the current team to improve.
Yeah.
That was the question from our listeners. But speaking of the squad now, there's some players that still hasn't got an extension of the contract. How are they, in your minds, a part of the team next year? Are you considering some of them, or?
Yeah, sure, we're considering some of them, and actually because of maybe the timing, the moment we are, but we are in good conversations, good feedback, so they know more or less what's gonna happen, and then it's about finding the right moment to sit and discuss, because there is nothing that it's close. I think that everybody knows the situation we are, so even if that's not gonna change so much, even if we're staying in this area, that's our mind, or if we go down to August, more or less the idea is gonna be the same, but we need to consider for the players as well, and then sit when it's time to do it.
So it's not easier to offer a contract, for example, to Grorud or Milde if you go down?
No, I think that it's not gonna change, because for instance these two guys, the way they are, even if now lastly both of them are not playing that much, the way they are competing in the trainings, the way they are behaving, helping the young guys, unbelievable. So it's a pleasure to work with players like this, with those ones.
We've actually challenged Lars Grorud to some football challenges. We don't know when yet because some of us are injured. What do you think? Is Lars Grorud a good choice?
Got better than you two injured.
We'll see. No, but in a not so serious
you can be
way.
on crutches and still beat me.
Yeah, probably. We'll see about me. But we're thinking hitting the crossbar, taking some penalties. Is Lars Grorud a good choice for us?
Definitely. Why not?
We can beat him.
No, that's not what
I didn't ask you.
I mean, I don't know about your thoughts, guys, but I wouldn't bet my money. So let's say, so let's say they have a good faith on Lars. That's a polite way to say it.
Yeah,
very, very polite way.
Because we asked Flamur earlier this season.
Yeah.
But then Jörn was a little bit harsh with him on a podcast. And he just started texting me. And I asked him about that challenge. And I say, yeah, Jörn's gonna get it.
But then he moved, so but too bad for him.
Where do you want to make that challenge?
On the pitch, yeah. We want on the pitch, of course, but
here.
We'll see when he gets fit. If it's December or January, here it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But artificial grass in his body, I don't know.
I can handle it as long as it's not shit artificial grass.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Speaking of Flamur, by the way, did he get a contract offer, an extension offer?
Yeah, I mean we were on talks about it, and first of all I would say that actually we keep a really good relation with Flamur. Even at the end, sometimes it's easy to mix the personal and the professional part, but it was not the situation with Flamur. We have a really good relation. We keep in touch so often. Actually, he's so happy when we have some draws or we win against Tromsø. He was like, "Come on, guys, we're gonna make it." So really good relation with him. That's true that at some moment we sat together just to decide about his future, and sometimes that's how the business is. Sometimes you don't find an agreement, and then what we thought was the best for both parts to find a new deal, because actually we got an offer, and we thought it was a fair offer for both for all the parts, and at the end I think that he was happy on that move, even if he had strong feelings for Sandefjord, and we get good money for a player that probably will be leaving at the end of the season. That was the situation. So in some way I think it was a win-win situation, even if it was an important player for us, and we have still a good relation.
So. And how close was Ingvar from getting a chance to be the starting keeper. Was that decision made from the day you came, or in the beginning, or did he have a chance to play himself into the team? That's what I'm wondering about.
It's a good question, because Ingvar, we knew about what he was doing for the club, his history in the club. We know that he's a keeper with a high level. I want to say that as well. Ingvar was one of the guys that really won our respect from the day one. The way he behaved, the way he helped the guys even if he was not playing, the way he practiced and trained at high level. So I would say about Ingvar only good things. So how close he was, we knew from the beginning that we had a really good two keepers with different skills maybe. And then sometimes when you arrive to a new club, then okay, you take a look on what's going on, and then we thought that Eric was performing not bad, let's say that. So then we just decided to keep Eric, and especially because there are a lot of things. I mean, Eric is younger than Ingvar. Eric was under contract. Ingvar was ending his contract at the end of the season. Maybe in some way Eric fits a little bit better in our way of playing. That doesn't mean that Ingvar didn't or that Ingvar couldn't, but in some way we took that decision, and we knew that it was risky because Ingvar is a really good player, so a good keeper. So, but sometimes, you know, at the end we get paid for taking decisions. So we took that one. and actually we are happy for Ingvar because I think he found a good club in Denmark, and he was happy for him, and I think he deserved that.
But I don't think we are coaches who just previous to see the potential or how a player is working, we just decide something. I think that would be really unfair. Actually, every week is a new journey to show that a player wants to play in the weekend. And I think all rotations we have been going through week by week, weekend by weekend, game by game, shows that everyone has to work hard to get a spot in the first 11. So no one is 100% sure for the weekend, and that's actually part of this competitiveness that we were told before is more achieved day by day, because now it's like, that's part of the job. Doesn't matter if I play well and I have a 7. Next game is a new one. I have to start from 0 and consolidate that 7. Otherwise, another guy is ready and prepared to take that spot. Simple as that. So,
good answers. Your main focus is obviously on sports, but there's been some issues with the supporters in Sandefjord. Does that affect you or the team, or do you have any thoughts about those things surrounding the club and the culture of the club, if you will?
Actually, I would say that we're very focused in our daily work, and as you can see, we spend a lot of hours here inside dealing a lot of things that we think that we need to improve and we need to work on. So of course we know about some things that are happening or happened before, but honestly we think that it's not our main area. We expect that the supporters stay together supporting the club, and what we can do for it is try to play at our best level to deliver something to supporters. Because I think it's too fair in football many times it's like, supporters should come and support us. But I think it's a little bit as well unfair. So we need to deliver something. And I can understand that supporters maybe, I was honestly a bit disappointed this weekend, important game. It was not so many people in the stadium. But in some way, guys, we need to deliver something else. We need to win games, and then people will come more often. And that's how it is. So especially against Lillestrøm, it was a bad game. I was very sad for us because I think that the guys deserve that support because the way they are working every day in the trainings. But at the end, that's what it is. We didn't perform on Sundays. It's the moment where everybody can value in some way, rate us. But about the things that are going on around, at the end, we're in a position that we're just workers inside the club. So what we expect is just that everybody feels that we are representing them in the best way, so they can be proud of coming here. That's what we expect. Then, if there are some different opinions about inside the crowd or whatever, sadly, it's something that we cannot say so much.
Okay.
Is that Is that an answer?
It's a good answer.
Good answer. Very good
It's
answer.
not your. Don't need to put any energy in that. I think it's
No.
it's the not their job, but
Obviously
the
not.
rest of the club's job.
Yeah.
I don't. If I've been a new shoe side, wouldn't have an opinion on it.
Got one last
Just leave
question.
it.
One last question.
No.
No. We don't like to talk about referees, or some of us don't. But there's been an awful lot of decisions that's gone against Sandefjord this year. Do you feel the same, or is that something that blue-eyed supporter just sees for himself? I mean, there's against Haugesund, there's the tackle on Pontus that doesn't even get a free kick. Could have broken his leg. Clear red card. There's against Brann, there's a 50-50 between Pontus and Wormgård, where Pontus somehow achieves to get whistle against, and then later on in the game, Acosta pushes Pontus in a much more violent fashion than Pontus and Wormgård, and it doesn't get a free kick. That's just two bad examples. But do you feel the same that some, or maybe a lot of refereeing decisions have gone against Sandefjord because they are where they are, or?
What can I say? I don't like to talk about referees, and actually this season I just talked once after a Stabæk game that I really felt that it was the penalty.
Yeah, the penalty. My God.
Yeah. So actually, to be honest, I had I was asking some coaches and friends in football around in Sweden and in Spain about what do you think about those situations, and we were just talking about, and it was fun because some of them, they were not sure if we were, because in some games against Haugesund away we were wearing the black shirt, and then against Stabæk I think that we were wearing I'm not sure if we were wearing the blue one, no, the white one, so they were not 100% sure. Okay, but what's your team, Martin? And I was just replying, that's great, it's great that you don't know what's my team, so just let me know, what do you think about this situation? And to be honest, I would say that 9 of 10, they were agreed that many situations were bad refereeing. But that's how it is. We need to accept, and maybe we could tell that we are missing some points because refereeing decisions. But I don't want to be that club that is like complaining because of the refereeing. So that's why we are with 15 points, because we are being probably the worst team in the Eliteserien this season. But that's good. But then from that's true that maybe there are some games that we could get some other points, that maybe with 4 extra points, 5 more points, everybody could be much more optimistic, and even the situation will be...
I guess if 100% or the full cake is the game and everything around the game, and supporters, like after a game we also talk like, it would be nice if more people would be here, but at the same time we have to do more. So yeah, referees is this 0.01% in the whole analysis that we can do, because they are part of the game as well. So obviously we need to take a look on, but as Martí said, that cannot be like the foundation of our complaints.
Of course not. No.
And that's clear, and I think we agree on that.
But I am the one who is often bringing up the situations where I think that the referee makes mistake, and often I feel more than these two guys that the referee loses the game for us by being bad in his job. And my point is not directly to go after one particular coach and say you are bad. My point is that the Norwegian judges and referees in the highest league, they are the level of refereeing is too low. The level needs to be higher.
And that's something that we could discuss and analyze, and of course the federation should at some point make decisions according to that level, that in that case your request should be better. But we have to understand the scenario where we are. We are last in the table.
Yep.
As a referee, we're human beings. It's easier at some point to blow the whistle against Sandefjord than against Rosenborg.
Yeah.
And we also explain to the players that we play with this factor. So when we are on pitch, we need to understand that maybe it's going to be a little bit unfair, but that's how it is. We complain or we accept it. and this is the only way if we can go forward, which is accepting, work a little bit extra, more, and solve it. But that's how it is today. Otherwise, we will fall into the big mistake of just justify ourselves constantly, saying that we lost because no, that's not our style, and I don't think it's the right mind setting to continue trying to win the next game. It's a fact. Yes, we have some situations that we could put question marks there. Yeah, we are aware. But we cannot base our work on that. It's something to analyze. Yes, it's our work. No, should be someone else responsible to put the boundaries and criteria of which type of referees do we want in Norway.
Yeah.
That's all. We cannot do anything else. Should we present that? Yeah. We also manage the information, and we also talk with people in the club, which we think they have to be in contact in case we want to share that type of feelings or opinions. That's all. Everything aside from that part, or this is not our job. Our job is
I would say it's almost a waste of energy for us, and we're not in a position to waste energy.
No.
But if
You can't do anything about it anymore.
No.
If you are to be completely honest, have you ever yelled at the fourth referee, the one in the mixed zone, to try to influence him to change something during a game? Yeah, you two as coaches, have you ever in a game tried to influence the fourth what's it called?
Fourth
official.
No, more than jailing with that aim is like a natural behavior. Like the referee is the one that's closer to us, and you always have questions. And of course, when you are in the 98th and there is an offside or whatever, then there is some tension there. But I wouldn't say we have quite respectful with for referees. Actually, we didn't got a single yellow card in the bench, and actually we have a good relation with the referees when they are coming here and everything. And maybe we could be a bit upset sometimes because
of course.
Just this Saturday against Ott, that situation in the 87 with George in a clear onside position, and at the end of the game you just shake the hand with the referees. They are doing his best, we're doing our best, so it's a respectful relation.
Because I walked during the game.
You love
Let it go.
about referees.
No, this is quite interesting because on Saturday I walked from my position and I walked towards the mixed zone, and Fagermo, he's constantly nagging on the fourth official, constantly nagging at him. Did you see that? That was a yellow card. All the time.
Yeah,
all
but
the
I
time.
talk to his wife. He's nagging with her as well.
I guess so. Okay.
False natural.
Are we going to talk about Rosenborg?
No, but at the end that's true that is an interesting point, even if I don't want to spend more time with the referees. But at the end I think that it's a little bit like the way you want to be as a coach, the way you want to be as a club. Jordi made the point. We know that we are not Rosenborg, so that's how it is in all the leagues, in all the world. At the end, the smaller clubs let's get points that they are supposed to because of mistakes, and that's natural. I don't think and I don't believe in conspiracy theories or whatever. I don't believe that any referee at that level is going to whistle Sandefjord will lose today 3-0. I'm sure that that's not happening. It's just that it's how it is, and we need to accept, and we need to be that club that we accept that sometimes we will not be lucky with this, but we need to play with that and we need to improve. And maybe one day we improve as a club, we will be in a position that sometimes that penalty that was we'll get that penalty, but that means that we need to improve.
I mean, I would like to say as well that accepting things doesn't mean that you just
agree with it.
Yeah, agree, and at some point you accept to the point that you don't feel you can say anything. I mean, we have to, and that's something we talk all the time. We deserve the same respect as any other club and team, and that's something that we work on games as well to show that should be done from, in that case, the judges in the same way. It's difficult sometimes, yes, we don't agree sometimes as well, but it's clear just to point that we want respect and we work for it. At the end, if decisions are not that fair as it should be, that's something else. We just not accept it because, I mean, I understand you get the difference. We accept it because the judges decided, but we fight for our respect. And I think all of us, we have the responsibility to be straight and clear to set the points so everybody understand that okay, we're there, we know our rule, we know what we have to do, but this is Sandefjord, and this is something that we need to protect.
Yeah.
This club and this color. So
Brilliant. We're sitting here a long time. Obviously want to go home, but we have to talk about Rosenborg.
Yeah.
Are you attacking the game in the kind of same way that you attacked the Brann game?
I would say that we love that we have the chance to play in an amazing scenario and against a great team. So we face that way as a moment to show. I would say that almost every Norwegian football supporter that we are good enough to stay in elite. So we face the challenge in that way, to be brave, to show up ourselves in that great scenario against probably the best team in Norway, and in a week that is not going to be easy for them because they have a game on Thursday. They have only 2 days to prepare our game, so we need to prepare properly to show that that's our chance to win Rosenborg away.
I didn't think about that. They had a game on Thursday. That was good. Positive. They got 52 points. They've won 4 of the 5 last games. They lost against Molde now.
Yeah, they're lucky. Just lose with 1.
Yeah. They don't have Mike Jensen available because he got his 4th yellow card. That's a good thing. But they're also a 4-3-3 team. So in my mind, we're going to see a false 9 again. Am I onto something, or are you just going for a surprise factor here?
Could be, and that's true that we have now. I mean, could be that we keep the same idea, but that's true as well that we are thinking about introducing something new as well. So maybe there are going to be some news there in that game as well, that we start to work today, and probably through the week we're going to introduce a new small details, but those details that we think that can help us during the game.
Amazing.
That's what we like.
Very much. It's almost
Surprises.
impossible to predict the Rosenborg team since they're playing on Thursday. So
Yeah, I think we're going to see some changes
Yeah.
from that line.
probably. Yeah. So we'll just skip all of that.
Yeah. Skip
And,
the Rosenborg team.
We can tell you coaches which team we think you should start with.
Yes.
Good.
And then you can
Take
just
some notes, Jordi.
you can just nod or shake your head if you agree or not. But the keeper is clear, really.
Yeah.
It's Erik.
Yeah.
The back 4.
I think that's clear as well.
Yeah, same as last time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard for me to bench William after the last game.
Yeah, a little bit same with me, but no, it's a luxury problem. That's good.
Yeah.
But no, I like the Icelandic Viking a little bit as well.
Yeah, me too. I think
He's a little bit as a more physical player, tougher.
Yeah.
I think you need that against Rosenborg. So
I agree.
Paulsen for me, I would start with Paulsen.
Paulson and Henrik.
Yeah, the league is clear, so.
Yeah. But William can easily get a chance for, like, say 65, 70, something like that. But we need to start with Paulson.
Yeah, I don't agree. But
2 against 1.
2 against 1.
You lose.
Yeah, but I think from what I saw last game, I think we got more out of Enrique with William playing because he got a different ball than when he plays with Emil.
Yeah, but
I like the fluidity of the team much better with William and.
yeah, but you're forgetting one thing, and that is today is Tuesday, and during Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Jordi and Marti are going to speak with Enrique and tell him to really step up and take that and take charge as they know he can do. So you were going to see a much better Enrique playing together with Paulson.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the goals, not so much about attitude. But that's okay. 2 against 1. So we got Enrique and Emil as a holding 2.
Yeah.
And then now it gets exciting.
Yeah.
Fella is out.
Let's see. No, we don't know yet. No, honestly, we don't know.
No,
It looks a hamstring problem, but we need to check how big is the problem,
Yeah.
and then we will see.
If Fella is fit, he's playing.
Yeah, obviously.
If Fella isn't fit, I want Palmer.
Yes, I think we need to see Palmer again. I totally agree on that.
I still haven't forgiven Palmer about that stupid ball thing.
Throwing the ball.
I think Ofke's did a good game last time.
I want him on the other side.
Oh yeah, you want him on the other side.
Mm. I'm being a bit controversial here with my team. I want Ofkir, Rufo, and Moa.
Mm.
Gonna take Rosenborg on the counter attack, and then Pontus.
But if Moa can't play, then you want Pau in the same position?
No, I want. I actually wanted Pau instead of Storbekk.
Oh yeah, okay.
And to be quite honest, I could bench both Emil and William. Håvard with Federico.
Happy you're not a coach.
I know. No, but seriously, it's probably going to be Storbekk, Moa, and Engro.
Yeah.
That's what the team probably is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want Storbekk there.
Mm?
He needs to be there. And Moa needs to be there.
Mm. Rufo definitely needs to be there.
Yeah. Difficult.
Wow, we're doing a great job here.
Why we cannot play with 14 players?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, okay then. Storbekk, Rufo, and Moa.
Yeah.
Pontus.
Pontus on top, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That was how I would start like that.
Yeah.
This is us the day before the game.
Yeah.
It is? Yeah.
But listen, if you do like
Yeah. There we have it.
Okay, yeah.
Results?
Results, yeah. You can start with the coaches. How is it going?
I don't know.
I
You definitely don't know.
If I know everything, I'll get a million.
Yeah, I would say I hope that we can win. I don't care if it's 2-4 or 0-1 or I would prefer 2-4. But I'm not into results.
0-1 is fine for me.
Huh?
0-1 for me is fine.
0-1 for me. Better than 2-4. Come on, man.
0-1, 2-4. We'll just take those things. We'll take them.
I'm not taking results. I never done it.
We're not writing it down.
So no, yeah, I know, but
You will take a 2-4. That's okay. You will take a 0-1. That's okay. we'll play with that. Ken.
I'm gonna be the party pooper. 2-2.
Yeah, 5th draw in a row. Mm-hmm. Let's do
Which
that.
is a strong result.
Who's going to score?
I know. Oh yeah, sorry.
Pontus and Ofkir.
I have to be the boring one, and I'm going to go with the same result as Jordi, 0-1, because I think this is going to be an extremely hard match, and I think we're going to be lucky if we can keep a clean sheet and score one goal. And I think Håvard will score on a free kick.
Ooh.
The way.
He's done it before.
Yeah.
Sandefjord will win 3-1. Pontus will score. Rufo will score. And then I have to say Raima.
Yeah.
It was so close against Brann.
Yeah, it was close.
Or close for him.
It's gonna get there. Eventually.
A little right.
eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
And then
When he's playing old boys football.
yeah. Sandefjord will lead 3-0, and then Rosenborg gets a consolation goal in the end.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, they didn't scare me against Molde. They didn't scare me at all. It was a rusty Rosenborg. I don't know what they did up there, but it was not the Rosenborg.
Molde was strong.
Molde was really strong. They were attacking straight on. They were a little bit shocked. So. And I think
they're going to play on Thursday. So I don't know if you can say the Rosenborg saves players because they have so much players to take from top level players, but you're going to see a different team that we're used to, probably.
We're now nearing the end. There's been thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for inviting us, and congratulations, 100 programs. Keep on going.
That's beautiful.
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
We will. We have one more competition left. What was that? Was it fruit cake?
Premien i den andre konkurransen sponset av Meny Indrehamn. Det en fruktkurv til verdi av 250 kroner.
Og for å vinne den så må du vite hvilken spiller som fikk best på børsen mot Odd her i SF-Podden.
Yes.
Også nordmann. Det mye nordmenn da.
Ja.
Thanks again, guys. Much good luck against Rosenborg.
Tusen takk.
Where are you training this week? Are you training on the stadium or Sporty or?
Tomorrow probably in the Sporty. Yeah. Let's see how is the weather tomorrow morning. But probably it's going to be in the Sport again.
Yeah. Closer to the weekend, do you know?
I would say that probably on Saturday we'll practice here complete if everything goes well.
We train a lot of Sporty.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Because we played a game there in the summer, and we chased out that potato field because you're going to train on the main pitch. Ball goes dum dum dum. Well, this is grass.
Thanks a lot, and
good luck and continue the good work.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Tusen takk. Thank you.
We appreciate that you support us every weekend.
Good job.
Yeah, we do.
We
love you guys.
We appreciate that. So, congratulations for the 100th
Thank you.
program online.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
In the air.
Tusen takk.
Thank you.
And we'll speak, altså vi ses eller høres, eller hva du tenker, neste uke.
Ja.
Nå drar undertegnet til Tyskland. Snakkes.
Ha det bra.